Welcome to Drinking Bros. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Yes, and welcome to another glorious podcast of Drinking Bros.
Add the clapping in post. It's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Matt, sometimes I add the clapping. Sometimes I leave you saying add the clapping in post, and I don't add clapping in post.
Well, then I'll add it myself.
Yeah,
Ross Patterson.
You can't do it. You can't do anything now.
It's like 10,000 Peter Dinklage's clapping. I love it,
Dude, you just got me excited. My heart rate rose.
Yeah, well, we're about to get to you dinking me all fucking weekend, but in the meantime, we are joined by Matt Best, Jared Taylor, Ross Patterson. We have a special guest here tonight. Who's our special guest, gentlemen?
So this is my friend Kurt. He is from the Royal Australian Air Force. He's a JTAC.
Yeah, hello.
This is his second time ever hanging out with us.
These guys are crazy, you know that.
That's what I heard. Kurt, do you have a last name?
Last name is it's hard to pronounce, but it's not Mitchell, you know. It's not crazy like that.
It's that classic Australian last name of Mitchell.
No, everyone always asks me that, and they always, they expect like a crazy, down under last name, but it's just fucking Mitchell though.
Yeah,
So
super
Rocco couldn't join us.
Super
Rocco
Aborigine.
couldn't join us today, so Kurt's stepping in. He was in town, and he's going to hang out and show us the ways from down under. I like it.
Fuck yeah, Kurt. Well, welcome to Drinking Bros. And as always, our sponsors tonight are.
Our sponsors tonight are, as always, Lead Slingers Whiskey, the best whiskey ever. Period.
Fucking love it.
At night she cries while he rides his steed. The first ever romance novel for dudes.
Funniest book ever written.
I mean, honestly, if you like porn and shoot 'em ups, you might as well read this book. It is 50 Shades of Grey for guys.
Nice.
It really is.
We'd also love to give a special thanks out on this one to B.E. Myers for a really cool care package they sent with some stuff and some goodies.
Yeah, dude.
We give a shout out to Funker 530 as always.
Well, because they're just the coolest dudes ever. And we love them.
Great.
We want the bunker. Gotta have that bunker.
And we'll give a final one out to Counter-Strike Coffee, one of the contributors to Range 15.
Yes. If you get struck, you got to counter-strike. Counter-strike with some coffee.
That always reminds me of Counter-Strike the game. I played the shit out of that thing when I
So
was a
old.
kid.
I fucking love that guy.
They have video games in Australia?
No, they do.
You have to play them backwards, though, right? You have to play them backwards?
No.
The buttons are on the other side of the controller?
No, it's the same thing, you prick.
There's only kangaroos inside the game?
Well, that is true, though. That can be a pain in the ass.
So let's start it off, gentlemen. You know the rules. What are we drinking tonight? Mr. Matt Best, let's start with you.
I'll start it off. I bought another 6-pack of this because I tried it. I'm a huge Guinness lover. Every Irish pub I've ever gone to is just kind of my thing. Guinness came out with a Guinness Blonde, and it's absolutely delicious. So I recommend trying it if you have not tried it.
Smells like Jessica Simpson blonde. I love it. I can smell it through the phone.
Yeah, it's potent.
Jessica Simpson joke.
You know where they have a lot of Irish brews is Boston, Jared. Boston.
Never going to hear the end of this one.
That was a song. We were talking about that last night about how everybody claims that they're Irish. I'm like probably 1/20th Irish, and I'm like, I'm Irish.
Irish
or Native American. I hate Native American a lot. A lot of girls in LA. Oh, I'm totally Native American. What? To what? Like.
Yeah.
I love it. So I kind of fucked with Kurt today, being
He's fucking guy.
Yeah. Kurt? Kurt, what did you drink? Since you're in
Yeah.
America, what are you drinking in America tonight?
Well, I mean, this guy, he decided to be a nice friggin' joke and buy me a can of Foster's, and I was like, no, I don't drink fucking Foster's though, So I'm sipping on this American, I guess, piss called Bud Light. So.
I thought it'd be a funny joke to buy him Foster's.
Hey, Kurt, is it Australian for beer?
I mean, it's whatever, anything but Foster's, we get that all the time out there. So,
well, we can go to the Outback. I'm sure they have some good shit.
Yeah,
there.
fuck off, man. Outback.
I circumcised myself with an Outback Steakhouse knife. I really do.
Well, good job.
I feel like Kurt is
No.
just going to say fuck off to us all night. It's
I
gonna be
mean,
great.
you guys brought me on here, so I mean, it's fun though. You know,
It's
you guys are
allowed to
crazy.
be. It's allowed to be racist to a white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know-
yeah.
I mean, Australia's not a race though, so I mean, that's your first step though. You know?
I didn't say I was a rocket appliance.
I don't know. But no, they told me they're going to take me to Outback Steakhouse, and I was like, you guys are crazy. You know, what I mean,
Did you go up to the hostess and say party of for 5 of Joey's?
Oh no,
5 Joe. We got 5.
no, but I know that.
It's under
I know
Joey's.
No, but I know that this place, especially, you know, they don't have. They get turned on by accents though, so they get all wet every time.
Hot and bothered, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. So she'd be just standing in a pool of her own self, you know. By the time that was, so it's caution wet floor, you know, just like swinging out the fucking the wet sign, you know. Just as soon as I said hello to her.
Oh man, we're gonna need a translator for this episode tonight. I have a feeling.
Wow.
We're gonna need this is gonna be the first one that's gonna have a written copy that comes with it.
I
for
feel like
Kurt.
this is it, Ross. It's going to be the same thing as always. But what do you think Jared's drinking?
This should be a fucking game. What is Jared drinking?
What is Jared drinking?
I like a rum punch colada.
I'm having some vodka and lemonade.
Vodka and lemonade. That's a nice throwback if you're a Kappa Kappa Gamma at Ohio State University.
See,
are
Ross,
you
and I actually
pledging
go
right
out-
now, Jared? Is that why? Are you pledging? Are you a pledge at a sorority?
I am pledging, Ross. I am pledging. I'm pledging for one of the fraternities up at New Mexico State. I don't go to school there, but I showed up at their pledging day. They haven't figured it out yet.
Well, on this end, I'm just drinking straight Jim Beam tonight.
Oh wow!
Ew.
Yeah, no
Jim
chaser,
Beam straight?
no chaser,
You have Jim Beam and Ross?
and no
I mean, I
like.
don't
There's
touch
not
this
even a
stuff,
side
buddy.
of gay with it. Like that's
Dude,
real
fucking
talk.
Jim Beam is like one of my.
Dude, you should be drinking it rectally.
Yeah. Do you know their Jim Beam is the most sold liquor in the United States overall?
No.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me,
Wow.
Matt. It is everywhere here.
Well, I'm not even going to say Jim Beam
flows like
itself,
a
the
river.
brand, but the overall, the umbrella company that is the highest sold spritz company in the United States of America. Wow. And
Yeah.
I don't know why, because Jim Beam is a piece of shit.
You know-
not Jim
you know
Beam
who
in
bought
sense of-
it?
I just don't like
No,
it.
I don't know Jim Beam myself, but I mean,
A Japanese company actually just bought a Japanese company just
Japanese
bought Jim Beam. They did. They bought out Jim Beam. They
That's
own
the most
Jim Beam.
American thing I've ever heard.
You got it. I know, right? You got it. You got to sell to
We haven't-
Japan to be American.
We have one more person here tonight,
we
Ross.
have a special surprise for you, Ross. We have
Wait,
one
you
more
have
person
you have
in the room.
another person? The guy from Australia wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, no. So it's kind of a big
There's
deal.
a celebrity that's in town right now that's doing a tour.
You are fist fucking me.
No, we're not.
Okay,
He's about
who
to
is it?
say hello.
Who do we got?
Ross,
Yes.
how are you, sir? James Earl Jones here. Good to see you.
Are you not excited?
Are you
I
not
am excited because the release of Star Wars is coming out, and we got James Earl Jones in studio.
Absolutely. Took a trip on my private jet just to hang out with you assholes tonight.
And what is your thoughts so far, Mr. Jones?
When do I get paid?
No, okay. So to everybody listening right now, we want to mess with Ross, but one of our close friends, all around amazing, talented dude, Vincent Marcus is in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Ross?
Vincent?
This is my real voice, mate. Sorry. I wanted to hang out with you for a bit.
Vince is just he's crazy popular in Vine, and I don't even think that speaks volume. Just one of the most talented dudes I've ever met. He can literally, impersonate a fake orgasm. You were really good at it.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I mean, it's something you haven't heard before, you know? So.
Exactly. No, I've heard lots of fake ones, not real ones.
Mr. Matt Best, it's nothing you've never heard before. So
Vincent, welcome. First of all, second of all,
thanks,
what are
man.
you drinking tonight, Vincent?
I'm still, like the Aussie guy, he was drinking Bud Light, and so am I. So, drinking a can of Bud Light.
Is it Bud Light or is it Bud Light?
It's Bud Light. I don't know what that meant.
The apple version of beer.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying right now.
I'm setting you up right now for an Apple commercial for beer.
Oh! Shit.
What's that guy's name?
Oh, yeah.
If they made an apple Bud Light, Jared would be the first one to drink it.
Because Ross, I'm working on my Johnny Ive. You know who Johnny Ive is?
Yeah.
He
So-
does all the Apple commercials.
Yeah. So it's like, if I was to do a Bud Light commercial with Johnny Ive, we would reinvent the canned beer as we know it. You're not only going to pop the top to this can anymore. We've reinvented this from the ground up. I mean, that's
Everything's a reinvention.
it's like, hey,
yeah.
it's like, hey, do you want a beer? No, we have an idea for a new beer. It's gonna be groundbreaking. That's Johnny Ive. I love him. You know, he's always promoting. I mean, it's just he's so soothing.
It is soothing.
Do you do do you do Michael Caine, by the way, Vincent?
I do, absolutely. I do like the Drinkin Bros podcast though. It's nice. These guys. Let me tell you something. I've been around the world, and these guys are fucking great. All of them.
I could sit and just listen to Vincent talk.
I love your Michael Caine. I love your Michael Caine.
No, it's so. So to everyone out there listening, the way you say my name, you say it's not your cocaine, it's my cocaine. See?
And cheers to Vincent Marcus. Cheers to Vincent Marcus. If you're unaware of the cheers,
Cheers,
guys,
everybody.
If you're
Cheers
something,
on a sweet Michael Caine. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to the sweet Michael Caine.
Hey, speaking of you had mentioned Peter Dinklage earlier, and Jared, we all know he's the weird one of the group. Love him to death, but we're talking about celebrity crushes.
Oh yeah.
And he brought up Ross, you're just gonna go down this road because
I don't know why you guys hate my celebrity crushes.
It's
so
just
much.
weird.
It's because they're fucking weird. Jared, here's the thing. Jared, your celebrity crushes are fucking weird. Like, please tell the audience, if you had one pass on your wife, your celebrity pass.
Well, I have two. I have two celebrity crushes. Yeah, I have to have two passes.
But start with your number one for the audience, please.
You see, I don't know what number one would be because I have them both. They're both at equal stature. So I'll go with the one I've had the longest, and that's Hillary Duff.
Oh, boy.
Right?
What?
It's disgusting.
I think she would be amazing to hang out with, and like
Where
just
did
hang out with.
start? Where did it start with Hillary Duff?
The Hillary
music?
Duff thing. So no. Actually, it was War Inc. when she played the Iranian pop star.
That's the one, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
you just named the
my
most
God,
obscure
dude.
movie that no one has seen except for Jared Taylor.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
that performance of the Iranian pop star
Listen,
really put it over the
that's
top.
the
War
version
Inc. was a
of Hillary-
classic for the
Classic
ages.
Iranian pop star film.
Dude, that's the version of Hillary I would want. I would want the Iranian pop star version.
She just really embodied sexual prowess. You know, you
Dude,
just all
here's
about
the
it.
thing. It started with we were on the range one day, and this was a few years ago, and we were doing that thing where it was like, okay, you have to live on the range in the middle of the desert with somebody for 1 year. Who is it going to be?
And Hillary Duff. Was
And
it?
I picked Hillary Duff. Butch Rogers picked the fat girl from that cop movie with Sandra Bullock.
But she's
Melissa
funny as
McCarthy?
fuck.
Melissa McCarthy? Oh, I would totally do her. What he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I thought spending the day every day in on the range with Hillary Duff would have been fun.
Okay, well then who's your second one?
My second one is another good favorite, and that's Kate Mara.
The redheaded chick?
Yes.
What was
Yes!
it, the Fantastic Four?
She's-
From
Oh,
House
wow.
of Cards? From House of Cards,
Yes,
right?
Yes, House of Cards. She was on American Horror Story. That's what really did it for me. Was that
Wait,
No,
are you
see-
sure it was her or was that Sarah Paulson? Because Sarah Paulson she's got that weird face too.
I'm pretty sure Kate Mara is an American Horror Story.
I feel like she always has something in her ass with her facial expression. It's always this kind of weird.
No,
Face.
she looks like a babysitter, and I like it.
So you like the whole babysitter thing?
Yeah, I'm sensing a type here, Jared. I'm sensing a type.
It has nothing to do with personality or like being a beautiful person within like social expectations of what is beauty. It's like the weird kind of eccentric babysitter look.
I envision Kate Mara cleaning my counters when I come home, and she just gives me those eyes, and then it's like, and then that's it. We go on
that's
a
it?
cruise.
Ew.
We get married.
Ew.
Oh, boy.
Ross, will you save us? What is?
I don't know if I can. Vincent
All
Marcus,
right, well-
who's your celebrity crush?
Yeah, we'll pass it to
Who's
Vince.
yours, Vincent?
Mine's normal. Mine's a normal celebrity crush.
Who you got?
No Iranian pop stars, nothing like that. Rachel McAdams.
Boring.
Oh gosh.
That's a fair one, but it is kind of general.
Cliche.
I mean, it's cliche, but you know what?
You might as well be hanging up her posters from Teen Beat.
Oh,
yeah, kind of
definitely
snoozy.
beat.
You went
Definitely
you
beat.
went with a love interest in the Notebook. That's kind
Yeah,
of
no,
snoozy.
absolutely.
Hey.
Have you seen? It's a sad movie. Have you seen Southpaw?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
I
well, there-
almost teared up in that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, and she was hot in it. She played the wife. Oh my god.
But she was in it for like 15 minutes. And
Hey,
not-
baby!
yeah, not to be
Yeah. No, Matt Best. Exactly where you were going is where I was going with that.
That's right. I know, but still,
I don't want to be a.
She was in the movie for like
spoiler
5
alert,
fucking minutes, and she's on the poster, and you're like, oh, it's going to be a classic love story, and then she's dead 5 minutes in. You're like,
Yes.
wait, what?
But when she was dying, she was going, and it
you
moved,
looped it.
and it moved a little bit. I'm not gonna
It
lie, she
quivered.
was dying,
Your necrophilia had a
She was dying, and
little fun.
and I was like, this is weird, but it's good. I don't know.
It was a good movie. I'll give you that.
No, I mean that's mine.
Hey,
you know?
listen, it's
I'm
no
just
Hillary Duff.
American.
It's
an
no
American
Hillary Duff.
girl.
You
know?
So
share,
Kurt, let me ask you: is your celebrity crush Australian or American? Then
I mean, no, I love.
It's
I love,
Nicole Kidman, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know, all the time.
They just got Eyes
Morning,
Wide
noon, and
Shut
night.
in Australia last week.
And
It
my
just-
I mean, I know we just got eyes wide shut, and let me tell you, my eyes were not wide shut. I'll tell you that right now. Crazy, you know.
they were taped open,
I'm
eyes
just
taped
saying,
open.
you can't share your celebrity crush with millions upon millions of people.
I mean,
It's not fair.
you know what?
Mine's unique.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm pretty
dude.
sure Hillary Duff. It's 10 years, no, 5, 7,
Like
8 years ago.
I'm gonna be a bold statement. If Hillary Duff came up to me in a bar and was like, "I'll blow you," I'd be like, "I'm good, thanks, dude."
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Take your
Wow,
words
Matt
back.
Best.
That's how I
Wow,
feel
you-
about it.
hey,
Words back.
boy,
Wow.
Matt, with a big boy move like that, there's got to be somebody special for your celebrity crush.
All right,
Who
yeah.
is it?
So I actually thought about this a little bit.
Is it Haley
I don't
Duff?
mean-
Is it the sister?
You nailed it. Yeah.
She has a sister. I gotta look
Yeah,
this
she was
up.
in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
I love Napoleon Dynamite.
So I don't want to sound like a total asshole, but a quick backstory. I did executive production in LA, so I had the chance to meet kind of a lot of quote unquote celebrities, and most of them are always like fatter, shorter, and uglier in real life. That's the way of the world. Jared and I are actually talking about this, and not to go like on a quick tangent, but remember the thing about we're talking about like even the people that are like the least famous are the biggest
They're
assholes.
the biggest douchebags in LA.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ones
totally
that,
true.
The ones that
100%
just
true.
know a guy who knows a guy that works at Paramount. They're
Yeah.
the ones that are the biggest.
It's
dicks.
true, but then you have like Uber A-listers that are actually
Channing
using-
Tatum. I'm convinced Channing Tatum doesn't know that he's famous. after our interaction, like that guy just wants to hang out and chill.
Most of those are cool. But Ross, to your question of what my celebrity crush is.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little crazy because you guys know me. I'm like the wild one of the group a little bit. Somebody, if I have a crush and I get to hang out like with a celebrity, I want it to be fun, insane, and edgy because I'm an MG dude. So I'm dropping a bomb, Christy Mack. That's
Oh
mine.
yeah, that night would not.
And
end.
if Christy Mack ever hears this, listen, I'll treat her right.
yeah, you know,
All
you
right.
know how to treat a lady.
Listen, red wine and flowers.
She follows Derek on Instagram as of yesterday.
Yeah,
so there is a chance.
Really?
There's a chance.
There is a chance.
She might be
So
into
you're
Derek
saying
more.
there's a
I-
chance.
You're telling me there's a chance.
We
Wow.
get Derek to tweet her for you. It'd be cute as
Because
fuck.
see, we would go on a double date with Hillary Duff and Jared, and I would be hanging out with Christy Mack, and we would be having fun, getting drunk, like doing weird stuff.
Getting your Mac
and,
on?
And Hillary would be like, "So, do you think I'm pretty, Jared?"
No, me and Hillary would be like, we'd go on a walk or something.
exactly.
We do blow off the bench in Central Park. We'd go something.
No, way more calm. You're ruining
No.
You're ruining it all. We would not
Jared
be doing
wants
blow.
a calm.
We would-
He wants a calm interaction. He wants
Look,
to be soothed. You want to be
me
bathed
and
first.
Hillary would be at Home Depot picking out colors to paint the wall.
Wow.
Oh God,
Talking about baby names and shit.
you're disgusting.
painting a
right now.
bird box in the backyard.
No, and naming the birds in the backyard. Like, oh, that's Peter. Oh.
I would plant her a garden at our house, and I would work in that garden every day, and it would be called the Hillary Garden.
I want to throw up right now. I want to vomit.
Garden of Hillary.
The
Rob.
Garden of Hillary.
I
Wow.
can't, Jared. I see
That's
these
fucking
little
terrible.
tiny painted Hillary Duff gnomes in your backyard.
Ross, please tell me
Just
you have something
trolling
better
the
than
area.
Hillary Duff.
You see, I think Hillary would let me go super creepy, and she'd like it.
Like
You know,
what?
like having the painted gnomes. Like, sweetheart, I got 7 of these painted gnomes of you. She'd be like, oh, it's so sweet.
I don't think. Okay, let me just recap everything. I don't think Hillary Duff would want your painted lawn gnomes. I'm just bringing everyone back down to earth a little bit. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
I agree with
I
you.
think
But
she
on
would think
the
it was
other
sweet.
side of that, Jared, I see you wanting her to like feed you mac and cheese, like only babysitter snacks, like babysitter
he's wearing a
snacks.
bib.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I'm shirtless on a bear rug, getting fed like, and it's Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
too.
the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like your shoelace. Put the red shoelaces on, Jared, so you know which ones go with the right shoes.
All right, Ross, you're up. Who's yours then?
Here's the thing. It started off as a kid as it was all Alyssa Milano, all day, all night long.
Yes.
And then
Let's see that.
being, starring in the film industry and all that shit, it's like Matt says, you meet all these people and you work with all of them, for 20-something movies. You're not impressed by anybody. They really don't look like you think they look in real life.
They're
So
really not as cool, is what
it
I've
faded.
noticed.
Yeah, it faded from the celebrity, actresses and whatnot, and it just went to a dude, like talent, like Robert. So I'm obsessed with Robert Rodriguez. So if my celebrity crush right now is Robert Rodriguez, like if I saw him, I would be like, can we just go and hang? Like I just want to go to a bar and hang with you.
I mean, he lives in Texas. We might be able to arrange it.
He lives in Austin. Yeah, I'm friends with his ex-girlfriend. I wish they still dated. Anyways, I started a Twitter campaign. Somebody told me that there was a machete in space. As you know, we work with Danny Trejo in Range 15.
Yeah.
He was also, I hired him for another movie of mine. We love Danny, huge fans of Danny. And after I saw it on IMDb that it hadn't gone into production or whatever, I want to write it. So I've been hitting him up. I've started a campaign on Twitter. I've been tweeting him every single night for a week saying, hey, it's Ross. Let me write Machete in Space.
Everybody needs to jump on that board too.
Yeah.
Like every
Yeah.
day, set an alarm, tweet Robert Rodriguez that Ross Patterson needs to write Machete in Space.
His Twitter handle is @Rodriguez. He does answer people. He just has not answered me. I even sent him a picture of my mustache last night.
Oh, dude,
with a
that-
black
that'd be- that would seal
motorcycle
the deal.
gang in the background. So he has not responded. But once I get a hold of him and I write Machete in Space, it'll be my Dinklage moment. My redemption.
Ross, we should have fun with it. The next time we're all together, you should write a certified letter on official Art 15 letterhead that we print on parchment paper. We seal it with a wax seal, and we have it hand curried to Robert Rodriguez himself that demands that you write Machete in Space.
Yeah, because look, I sent him a copy
Listen, I'll act
of
it.
Helen
I'm
Keller versus
cool with
Nightwolves. I sent him a copy of that, and I said, look, here's what I do. I think I could really kick the dick out of this franchise and crush Machete in Space. Haven't heard back. So to those listening at home, it's @Rodriguez on Twitter, and literally just ask him, just hound the
Every
fuck
day.
out of him
Every
day, and just
day.
say, why won't you let Ross Patterson write Machete in Space? We want to see great cinema.
We want to see good cinema.
Yeah, we don't want to see
hey,
garbage.
Ross, here's my deal to that. If he ever agrees, you will consider casting Hillary Duff.
Okay, not only that, I will cast Hillary Duff and Peter Dinklage in a love scene. It'll be a love scene in Machete in Space. They're 2 astronauts from Australia. They were on another mission. Machete squeezes by, and they're banging in space. And then
Oh my God.
they look out the window, and there's Jared. Hello from the other side. It's
from
just
the other side. Jared,
Yeah.
I need a beer, buddy.
I don't know.
Dinklage presses
what
his
my-
tiny little hand against the window, and then you to yours, but you
I
can't
don't
get
know
in.
what my psyche would do to be seeing my, American actor idol banging out my number
But
one celebrity crush.
I
don't know.
think you mean both of your celebrity crushes banging in front of you.
Hey, Ross, you know what we would do with that scene? There'd be like a foggy window where you see Hillary Duff, and then Peter Dinklage's face and hands caress her behind her, and then out of nowhere, I just come behind all 3, and then it cuts. The
No,
scene.
I can't handle that. That would destroy me.
Or if it was like the window was all fogged up and you just see his tiny little foot go through the fog print. And it looks like a baby foot, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Is a child being born in that spaceship? And then he slowly wipes it with his little hand, and then it's Dinklage, and it's like, oh, yeah!
Jesus Christ.
Hello
feel like
from the other side! God, I want to see that go down. Robert Rodriguez, don't fuck me on this. Do not fuck me, at Rodriguez. Ross Patterson needs to write Machete in Space.
Ross is on one today. I like it.
I'm
Dude,
on.
like,
The Jim Beam has got me working tonight.
dude,
I
the
feel a
Blast
little
podcast,
violent.
I was slurring at the end of it and everything, so I'm good. I'm probably going to hit up the whiskey here in a second.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
just thinking I need a pull from
By the way,
LSW.
speaking of that, as you guys know, we dropped a mini-sode last week. The other mini-sode, literally, we were too drunk to air it, so that will never see the light of day.
Yeah, that is really funny.
Matt,
Dude,
you
I
were
have to thank you.
You were so fucked up that
Me?
it went way off the rails.
Dude,
Dude.
I was fucked up.
Yeah.
No, because I remember you guys were like, say that story about the time, and I was like, all right, I'll tell that story. And then when I was telling it, I was like, I don't really want this on the, like, there's certain things you don't need to say that are, anybody can listen. It lives forever. So thank you. I'm glad.
I mean, it was a practice. It was a practice mini-sode.
No.
It was fun. It was.
But to the people wondering out there at home, like, hey, are these guys really drinking, really partying? Yes, we are.
Dude,
Yes.
I had drank an entire French press full of vodka.
French
Yeah.
press.
And you
Yeah.
sounded like, when I talked to you the next morning, you sounded like 10,000 dicks had smashed you in the face.
Well, I mean, dude, I would have been much more excited had that happened.
9,999 too many.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
You were hurting. You were hurting the next day.
It's not gay if
Yeah,
there's
I
two
was.
dicks involved. If
I
there's one
was.
dick, it's gay.
And I got fucking nasty last night too, Ross. I mean, we had one meeting with a bar owner here to plan our Christmas party, and that turned into a full-out karaoke off with Vincent Marcus. And the chief of orthopedic surgery in El Paso was here. Like, the weirdest people show up at this house.
Yep.
Oh, man. It was the Uber driver there, too?
No, I didn't. I left before the Uber driver.
I left right after you did.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's kind of a cool announcement we should make in the podcast as well. Derek Wida, if you don't know who he is, I'd be surprised, but the one-legged man himself moved to
The unilegger.
Texas. And so
Yesterday.
he moved into my old house. We're really excited. We're gonna start putting out some rad content, and we're fucking
New
super
businesses
stoked.
coming up.
It's a lot of cool shit, man.
New videos, water coolers.
Man,
Other
this is a
stuff.
worldwide takeover happening in El
takeover.
Paso right now.
Hey, if you could take over the whole world, Ross, like with fuck you money, what would you do? I was
Man,
thinking about this today.
My fuck you money, I want to be rich enough to be able, because I want a gangster wad. I want 2 fat wads in my pocket at all times, like Capone.
Fat
And
wads.
I mean, I'll
yeah,
give you
but
No, you should.
I want to
probably
be
have
able to
4, just in
stuff
case
it.
you
I
need
want to be able to
throw 2
stuff it
away.
into people's mouths,
Yeah.
like just to make people shut the. I want shut the fuck up money enough where you're like, what do you mean shut the fuck up money? Enough where you pull out enough cash where you just stuff it in their fucking mouth and they physically can't say another word. They cannot squeeze out one more word of bullshit
Like
of whatever they're saying, and they just nod and walk away because they've got enough money in their mouth. They're like, oh, I'll walk away. I'm good. I don't need to talk anymore. That's
So, like,
what I want to do.
Situationally, Ross, how would that go down? Like if you're at like a restaurant or something like that, I'm like, hey, you're an asshole, and then you just start stuffing money in their mouth. Is that
Like,
what you want to
you
do?
grab
Mine's weird people though, like cable guys, like the Direct TV guy came and fucked
Oh
up my
no!
shit.
You know what's a great example was when your air conditioning went out and the guy wanted to
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That situation
Oh, my
was
God.
so funny because he was one of those dudes that Ross didn't care what the bill was or what needed to happen. Just fix the fucking AC. And this dude wanted to talk about well, there's a 2x4 in the way under the house. We had to move the 2x4. Well, is the 2x4 nailed to anything? No. So you literally just told me a story about how you moved a piece of wood to get to the AC.
Yeah. It's like, see,
That's one of my biggest pet peeves in life is people who work and then tell me all about the job that they're not going to do for a half hour. And for those who don't know me, I live in Wilmington, North Carolina. So this guy had a super thick accent, was just like,
was in
what you
July.
want to do underneath the house is you got to get around the 2 fucks to get to the balls and then, swirl your dick in it to fucking. And it's like, bro, there's a check with your name on it. Just shut the fuck up
Russ
and
kept
leave.
going, so are you doing this today? Well, no, man, I'll be back out on Monday. And he's like, okay, that's all I needed to know. Get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah,
And then
he's
he
telling
came
me
back
he's
in.
telling me 90 jobs that his buddies are going to come and do, not him. And it's like, man, what you need to do is
like Dr. Phil. What you need to do. That's what you said.
Yep, and that's
You're getting your air
literally-
conditioner fixed by Dr. Phil.
Oh, it's what it is. And I just wanted to wrap. I want enough money, Matt, to answer your question. I just want enough money to wrap around my dick so I could stuff it in his mouth and shut him the fuck up.
Jesus Christ.
And that's like, because a lot of people are like, oh man, I want a Lambo. I want, a fucking speedboat or something. No, I want the DirecTV guy to shut the fuck up and do his job. Like, that's it. I want the air conditioning people to shut the fuck up and do their job. It's like when somebody pays me to write a script, you don't hear one goddamn word out of me. I just email it.
Well,
That's
you
it.
see, I had problems with the F key, so what I did is I went down to Best Buy. I had to buy a whole new keyboard, but then I just pulled the F key off that one, and now we're good to go.
Yeah, like I don't sit there and tell you the 9 hours a day I sit there and fucking drink, goddamn wine and listen to, Stone Temple Pilots, rest in peace, Scott Weiland. Like, I don't go into those goddamn stories. Here's your fucking script.
Hey,
Enjoy
greatest Stone Temple Pilots song ever, by the way, is the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar in the music video.
Oh my God.
I believe it's Galar, isn't it?
No, it's called
is it Galar?
Sour. It's called Sour Girl.
Oh, love that song.
That's a good
What-
song, bro.
Wait, hey, was that in War Inc? Because I've never heard of both of those fucking things.
Vince and I are so out of this conversation.
I'm just like, all right.
You never heard Sour
When Sarah
Girl?
Michelle
No,
Girl
I mean,
and Stone Temple Pilots,
Sarah
I'm like,
Michelle Gellar.
I know
There's
Sarah
a bunch
Michelle
of
Gellar is.
Teletubbies in it. It's
Oh,
the
boy.
best.
Jared. Hey, Jared, number 2 on that fuck you money list is right now. I would stuff some in your mouth. And just
yes.
shut the fuck up about War Inc. and an obscure Stone Temple Pilots. You go the one song that everybody knows by Stone Temple Pilots, or you don't go at all. Like when Scott Weiland died the other day, everybody hashtagged, Velvet Revolver was still my fave. No motherfucker on the planet had a Velvet Revolver album. They only knew the one. They only knew the one. Well, the dogs to find her, and then I don't know the rest of it. But
Sour
that's the one
Girl's
they knew.
my jam.
Join?
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah, drink some of the beer. Let's get back on the program.
So Jared, if you had fuck you money, would you bring Scott Weiland back to life and have him play Sour Girl right now?
Absolutely not. What I would do is I would entertain myself by inconveniencing friends of mine that I know have high blood pressure. So like I have my buddy by the name of Michael Shropshire. He lives in Oklahoma. And like he's one of those guys that I can get like from 0 to 100 at pissed off just by like touching his face too much. I just poke him in the cheek and he freaks the fuck out.
how would money assist?
Stop! No. So what I would do is I would do shit like I would rent like 9 like 12-yard dumpsters, like construction dumpsters, and just have them delivered to his house when he wasn't there. So when he comes
Block
home,
his driveway.
there's just dumpsters everywhere, and it's like that takes a week to get rid of, like because then he's calling somebody like, you dropped these fucking dumpsters off at the wrong place, and they're like, no, this is your signature, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is the address. We can't come pick these up till next Tuesday. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
wow.
Like,
I like extravagant pranks are some of my favorite things in the world.
you know, I want to mail somebody a VCR every day for 2 years.
Or you just mail them like a VCR, like blackmail bitch, because or a tape. No one has a VCR, so they have to fucking go to like
No,
a
to
pawn
me,
shop, find the VCR.
Like mailing someone like a Magnavox VCR every day for a whole year, like that starts taking up space.
Yeah.
So much space.
I
You can't
love
be
it. That is actually my favorite thing you've ever said in this lifetime.
Wow.
you know,
right
you
there.
remember when
Bold
I got you Howard the Duck on Laserdisc for Christmas?
You got it for me the last 2 Christmases.
Yes.
And look. I keep every time the doorbell rings at my house, I think it's the fucking UPS guy with my Howard the Duck Laserdisc for Christmas.
That's what I mean, that's all I want when I am rich as shit. I'm going to open up an account that I'll put $500,000 in, and that's just going to be I'm going to fuck with you money. It's not
Jared's
fuck you money.
Jared's VCR account.
VCR account. There you go.
All right, you annoyed me. You know, I still have, to this day, there's only one person I want I want revenge on, and I'm still plotting against him. It's been a few years.
It's a him.
Can we not say his name?
No, we're not going to.
Okay.
I don't want him to know that he's still getting plotted on.
All right.
Wait, hey, is it Mike Madonna? Is that who it is?
Because
that's Hillary Duff's ex-husband.
It was one of the extras in the Sour Girl music video that I thought ruined the performance.
Oh my god, dude, you're so fucking stupid.
And so, hey, Vincent Marcus, what would you do with fuck you money? It's got to be something cool.
I know. I can't. It's hard to top the VCR everyday thing. But the extravagant pranks are pretty sick. I think what I would do is, like, since I would have all this fuck you money, I would definitely go to places like in LA. And I'm not from LA, but like I hang out there a lot, so I would go there to people who have a lot of money and just like sort of dress like I don't have any money. You know what I mean? And then when they talk down to me and they say, "Oh, sorry, you can't," and they give me like that attitude, just smack them in the face with money, or just throw them at them, or
you own the building already.
yeah, exactly.
No, you should
just
you should get a potato gun that shoots wads of cash at him.
Exactly. I mean,
Well, Justin
Bieber
did that.
Yeah, he did.
He got kicked out of the club, and then he bought the club and fired the
manager,
fucking guy.
yeah.
He did?
Yeah, pretty
Well,
boss move.
that's the kind of shit I would do.
That's
for
hilarious.
people who would like just say their character just changes because they have all that money. Just I would bring them down back to earth. I would do God's work.
I like that.
I would be.
That's a noble cause, my friend. I like that.
That is noble, and I like
yeah.
I like your description of the homeless people in LA, because every rich person dresses like they're homeless in LA.
Yep, totally. Just urban
That's
outfits.
the whole
But then
vibe.
again,
it takes a lot of money to look that poor.
But then we go
and
back
that
to the
seems
other
be the trend.
conversation, Ross, where the people that aren't like super famous dress like they're fucking super famous and act like it when they're not.
Mr.
Like
So
this is a $700
$22,000 a year, but he drives a Porsche somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys dressed like they're on $1 Million Listing, and they live in a studio, 400 square foot studio,
Dude,
with the oven open in the winter, for heat.
Yeah, I think also I used to work in the food service industry too, so it's like I know how hard it is to just wait tables and get tips and stuff, and I would definitely want to like set the record for like biggest tip.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
that'd be
Just be
legit.
cool to
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
I just be fucking cool to people that deserve it. That just bust their ass. Like that's what I would want to do. Just help people out. But just like as a server, you got a $500,000 tip one day. It's like
that would be hilarious.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean that's the kind of shit that I would do.
I like that. I like that.
Good
What about
Morning America
Kurt?
shit.
Kurt, what about you? What would you buy with a shit ton of money? What would be your thing? Would you create something?
No, I just
would you have
want-
like a mini vacuum for pubic hair?
No, I mean I already have that. Sorry, I mean those come with. You get that down. You need to get those at CVS. In
You got
Australia.
CVS in Australia?
Oh, we do.
Is
We
it
do.
spelled backwards? SVC?
Oh no, SVC. You're right. Yeah. No, I think I'd buy a ticket out of here. That's for sure. I can't stand these fucking assholes anymore.
I hear you. A ticket back to Australia is about $8,000, isn't it?
Something like that. So I do what I got to do. I would get out of here. That's for sure.
Kurt's
But
just
there's
over here
nothing
sucking
sexy.
down these beers.
Kurt, there's nothing sexy you want to do. No revenge shit. No sick fucked up shit you want to do.
I mean, my grandmother was kicked in the head by a kangaroo when I was a kid. So maybe I just nuke the fucking ruse.
The ruse.
Nuke the ruse.
Nuke the
Hashtag
ruse.
nuke the ruse.
I will
Nuke the ruse.
I will obtain a nuclear weapon and I will nuke the ruse. That's your fucking
I
plan.
know. That's a new hashtag.
Boy.
You just nuke the ruse.
Nuke the ruse. That's
Nuke
new.
the ruse.
That's what they fucking
Twitter is
shit
going to
for
be
you guys,
ablaze.
Nuke the ruse. I always wanted to do.
Twitter is going to be on fire with tweets to Robert Rodriguez for Machete in Space and Nuke the Ruse.
Nuke the ruse, bitch.
I
Nuke the
have
fucking
always
ruse.
wanted to make a shirt that had the outline of Australia that just said "Nature's boss level."
No, you'd be right. You'd be right in saying that, though.
There's a lot of shit over there that can kill you.
Oh yeah. You walk outside, you're dead. You have
dead.
spiders. The spiders the size of your head. You get trees that come to life. It's crazy.
Jesus.
I would hate.
That's why you never hear about crime in Australia, because
Nope.
everyone's dead. They've
Mate,
been
we
hiding it for
don't have
15
any
years.
guns. We don't have any guns. You just go outside.
And fucking rattlesnakes, right?
No guns,
Yeah.
just outside. That's it. That's what's on the side of the police cruisers out there. No guns, just go outside.
You're too busy running for your life from a predator to commit a crime.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
busy wishing I could nuke the ruse.
Nuke the fucking ruse. Nuke the ruse.
Can I put Vincent on the spot a little bit?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
go
Matt?
ahead.
Hey,
Blast
what's
him.
up?
Blast him. Blast his dick hole.
What would Peter Griffin do with fuck you money?
Oh, Peter Griffin would definitely. I mean, I'd probably pay money to have my oldest son, Meg, killed.
Yes.
You know, but make it look like an accident. You know, I'm coming home. I'm like, hey, I'm home. It's where's dinner? Oh, there's Meg. What happened to Meg? She's dead. You know, that's what I would do.
Technically, didn't you already do what you wanted to do with fuck you money? You built your house into a castle and had a moat put in.
I don't remember every episode. That you can never remember any episode. They're so crazy. You know, there's so many references. You never know which one is which. So probably.
I fucking love it.
What about Matt Best? Matt Best, I want to hear your fuck you money story.
Dude, I'm kind of boring, man. My fuck you. Oh God, I don't know. I should have thought about that.
Would you have? I picture you having like a live-in barber that just trims your beard.
And she's a woman. It's a woman. A little
Shirtless too.
Shirtless
Topless.
woman, yeah.
a topless woman. So like there's
Fellatio on
always
point.
shaving cream on her because she's leaning over you.
Well, she has to have shaving cream on the boobs. There's no clothes.
You
Just-
want
it's merely a
you want her
bikini.
to have a racetrack stripe too, like not fully shaven.
No, I don't. You stop living in the 1990s, Jared. God damn, I can't get away from it.
Wow.
My little sour girl over there. My little sour girl.
He's like, just that race stripe. It's telling me where to go.
It's hot.
No, it's not. God.
I think
Ross,
you should have two race stripes. You should shave down the middle. Just leave two small stripes on the
on the
side.
sides.
It's called. It's called.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are.
it's
those
called
are
the
brake
Paul
stripes.
Walker. It's called the Paul Walker.
The Paul Walker.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do they still have?
Is it
pubes
still
in
too soon?
Australia?
No, we're good,
Aye.
Ross. We're good. Rest in
Aye.
peace, Paul Walker.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Paul Walker. What's up? What is your fuck you money though? There's got to be something that pisses Matt Best off in real life.
Well, I wouldn't say pissed off. I think my biggest thing, and this is a weird fantasy of mine, is that too, but would be I want to build like a fucking compound, like 20 acres of just a compound, and I want fucking zip lines to every single house that I would have, so I can wake up in the morning, get out of my bedroom, and zip line into a pool. I don't
Into
want
the
any
pool.
fancy cars. I'm not a watch guy. I'm not anything like that. I just want.
All four corners have a giant fucking
Right.
tower.
But what I do with the fucking compound is every Friday I host a completely free food and booze for anybody that like would be the podcast or whatever we're doing.
cool.
So they just come over, you see all your fucking good friends get wasted and just get partied.
Every day.
No, every
once a week.
Friday.
Every
once
Friday.
once a week. Yeah.
Call
yeah.
it Great Friday.
Great Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The best Friday. There you go. See.
The best Friday.
Oh,
And actually, Ross, if you wanted an asshole thing from me, what it would be is internet trolls. I would fucking, if some dude like on a comment was like, oh, I'd beat this pussy up in real life, I would show up, rent out the fucking UFC gym at his hometown, give him gloves, and make him fight me.
Have police officers show up at his door and escort him to the
Yeah.
ring. And
And
say,
I would make people.
put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Whatever.
yeah. There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. You guys deal with it. Fuck.
I know.
More than anybody else.
Yeah,
we
worse.
ignore it.
Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, you just have to. I mean, I've gotten horrible shit. So like the worst.
Well, I don't really care when someone's like, I hate this guy's a douchebag, unsubscribe. I'm like, okay, that's your opinion. No worries, dude. Like, that's you. But the guys are like, well, I'd rape his mother and kill his family. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know, yeah.
all right, yeah, let's go down this road, you little motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I have a daughter, and then someone
Right.
on Vine commented, "Yeah, I would fuck her mouth hole." I was like, "Whoa,
yeah. Yeah.
That really
Oh,
happened?
yeah." It's like, yo, who are you?
That was a baby.
I know it's a baby.
That's one of those ones that you,
Yeah, how old
you
is your
should
kid?
actually
Like,
report
like
that.
three?
Yeah.
Like
You know?
three?
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, you
it's
should
like,
probably get off the podcast now and go report that.
no.
You should probably not be here right now.
You should probably be at home with your daughter right now.
Hey, Ross, you know what I would do, Ross? You ever see those keyboard wrist pads? Those black long things?
Hell yeah.
Dude, if you hit a motherfucker with those, they hurt so bad. I would show up with like 6 dudes, like fucking straight out of Compton, and whoop the shit. Just slap them in the legs.
Like
just
the
with
bars
keyboards.
of, like the
'cause
bars of soap and the
With a
pillowcases.
yeah,
and
but it's
stuff.
the but it's a keyboard wrist pad. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like justice has been served, you little fuck. Like,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
You'll
or just
never
an
forget
old
this.
like 1998 laptop Dell.
Yeah.
Like a Dell keyboard.
It's
Yeah,
heavy.
It's real
It's
heavy.
heavy.
Still real heavy.
Yeah.
God.
Dude, you're getting a Dell. And then, yeah.
And then Adele shows up.
Yeah, and then Adele shows up.
Yeah.
That's right before they do the final blow. It's like, hello from the
Yeah, right there in slow mo. And you back it in mega mo.
Mega Mo.
Right. Sorry.
Dude, we're scaring Kurt over here, Ross.
Oh, you guys are crazy, you know. Okay, he doesn't speak like that, but he should. Hello?
Kurt, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if one goddamn person can understand a fucking word you said all night, but I love it.
Well, it happens,
I love it. Hashtag nuke the ruse.
With uncultured people like yourselves, and it's
I know. We're just a bunch of hooligans, American hooligans.
I hope you don't get in trouble from the Royal Australian Air Force if they ever hear this.
Nah. Who cares?
Yeah, do they have kings and queens over there?
This is a character. I don't really know too much history on the Australian people. Ross, I'm trying here. You're putting me on the spot too much, and it's fucking hard. So, yeah, they have kings and queens. Sure. I love that show.
There is. I did not know that actually.
Yeah,
I did not know there was kings and queens.
It's a monarch,
So okay, so let me ask you this: like the prince and the princesses, do they give a shit over there about the same way like England does?
I don't really follow it, but probably, I guess.
You don't know who the royal baby is? Who's the royal baby?
No, don't give a shit about
the royal baby.
And I don't give a shit about
the royal baby.
Fucking child. The child hasn't done anything. Why praise it?
Hey Ross, I'm gonna go completely left field here. JT and I, because we don't plan out the podcast. We just kind of like to shoot from the hip a lot. But we were talking about the celebrity crush thing, and then dates came up, bad dates. So
bad dates.
I feel like everybody has a decent bad date story. I'm not a good storyteller, but I mean, who's got one off the top of their head that could shoot?
I've got a great one.
Of
All
course,
right.
of
So
course
confusing.
you do.
There's a huge shock. So you took off your gardening gloves, and then
No, last time it was period blood in a fucking.
It was his training.
it's right in the airport.
Yeah, there was. We've been pretty mellow tonight. There was tranny stitches and period blood. Now we're just we're talking about Hillary Duff and gardening. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, we gotta step this up. So I meet this girl off Plenty of Fish.
POF.
Yeah, she lives 3.5 hours away. And then she
Can we get a city? Can we get a location, please?
She lived at Fort Rucker. She was in the Army.
Ew.
And I was in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So she was in Alabama. I was in Florida.
Two forts connecting.
Yeah.
I like it.
So she sends me messages that day. I believe it was sometime around 2-3 o'clock, and she's like, "All right, well, yeah, I'll drive out there tonight." And she was like, "I'd prefer to meet you in a public place." And I was like, "All right, cool. Here's a bar right next to my house. I'll be there." And then she said something weird like, "Okay, you'll be alone, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." Whatever that means. So I go and I sit at this bar called Johnny Houston's for a couple hours. And because it's my neighborhood bar, of course, everybody that shows up after fucking 6 o'clock, I know.
Yeah.
So when she walks in, finally at around 8-ish, I'm at a table with a bunch of people that I'm just talking with. And she's this very mousy, quiet, tiny person. And
Right.
And her voice, I'll never forget her voice. It was like a Disney bunny or something, like something that you would see in Bambi, like the voice.
Hello.
Yes, she was like,
It's weird.
I thought that you were gonna be alone, and I was like, sorry, I just people showed up that I know, but we, do you want to have a drink here? She goes, no, we can go back to your house now, and I was like,
All right.
all right, why did we just meet here? So
Yep. Why did you even go there?
So we walk into my house, and at that time, I was just living with me and a buddy of mine who's another musician, and we had a giant projector in the living room, and there's a PlayStation there, and she immediately goes, "Oh, you have PlayStation? Can I play?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." God, this is going really weird. So she turns it on. She plays Grand Theft Auto for like 45 minutes.
Was she good at Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah. I mean, she was killing it. But she was completely
killing it.
silent and just played for 1 hour while I sat next to her in a chair drinking. And
Wait, what?
yeah, dude, this is, and we are now at 1 hour and 10 minutes into this date. And she's been on the PlayStation for an hour. Right at around that hour mark, she sets the controller down and just goes, "Okay, I'm done." And I was like, all right. So I turn everything off, and then she's standing in the living room with me, and she goes, look, my house is 3.5 hours away. Do you mind if I stay here?
Yes.
And I was like,
yes.
It's like,
no, that's fine.
not at all.
Well, yeah,
And-
not stay. You're amped about
I
it.
was
Yeah,
like,
of
I was
course.
like, yeah. I figured that when you drove 3.5 hours and got here at 8 p.m. So we go into my bedroom, and she starts like getting pajamas on and stuff. She goes, oh, could you go out into the car in the passenger side? There are some condoms. Could you grab them? And I was like, all right, cool. This is going fast.
That's
Nice.
good.
So she answers.
Not only this story's going fast too.
So she hands me her keys. Listen, I'm making it good.
Yeah.
I'm reliving this right now. She hands me her keys. I go into the passenger seat of her car, and there is a Condom Depot like 40-gallon tub of condoms. I don't even know that they make something that large, but it was Tupperware and it was full.
Wow.
Dude,
So I grabbed a handful. I didn't know what to do.
you can't just grab one because
yeah,
like if
yeah, I
she's
was
got
like-
that much, we
Yeah,
could
you
get.
can't grab just
I
one.
walked-
She might
go
be
somewhere.
into pegging. I might need
I-
another one. You know.
I walked back
It's like
into
when
the
people leave the Halloween bowls outside and it says take one. You don't just take one, you take fucking 9.
So I walked back into the room, and she's sitting on the bed, and I was like, so that's a huge box of condoms. And she goes, yeah, well, that's my hobby. And I go, what's your hobby? She goes, whorism.
Is that even a fucking thing?
Whorism.
Whorism.
I looked at
Whorism.
I'm dead serious. This is what she said to me, and I go, what is that? And she goes, well, every night I go out, and then I make someone take me home and fuck me.
Oh my god.
And again, this is coming from like a 90-pound, just small, talks like a Disney character person. And I
Disney,
was
the
like-
Disney whore.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Hey, mind if you take me home and fuck me in the ass? Oh, gosh.
So obviously you had sex with her.
A lot. All night.
hiya. Oh, hiya, Jared.
And then she left that
How many
night.
did you burn through?
I-
How many of those that Tupperware bowls?
Jared,
How deep?
Yeah, right. He had one, chugged some vodka, and passed
I
out.
had a Whataburger in between.
yeah, exactly. You need to plus up your fucking
I was-
carbs before the
and,
fuck sesh.
but the next morning she left. She went home. Never heard from her again. I don't even remember her name.
It's the best. I like
The
that.
Disney whore.
Yeah.
And this concludes a 15-minute story with Jared Taylor.
Hi, Jared. Fuck me in the ass.
Okay.
Of the Disney whore.
Hey, of course I would.
And now it always goes back to Disney with you, Jared. Hillary Duff started off on Disney too.
You can't count that.
We should reenact what Disney characters would sound like having sex. Like,
Hi, Vincent. Mind sticking it in my asshole?
Gosh. Hey, of course I would.
Do you mind spitting on it? I sure don't like lube.
Oh, sure I would.
Oh, man. Jeez, I tell you.
God
Oh, boy.
damn it.
Gosh.
That got real weird real quick.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Oh, gosh.
Oh, Ross.
So Matt, since you brought it up, what's your worst date?
Yeah, Matt. What's
All right.
your worst
I
date,
thought about
bro?
this one too, man. This is a bad one. I mean, Jared, I don't really know how a bad date story goes. Getting laid 2 hours and never talking to a girl again. That's not a bad date story for me. But
15 minutes. Go.
yeah, right, here we go. No, I'll make it quick. Essentially, it was right when it was like one of Jared and I's first trips to LA. I just got out of a long-term relationship and I was just like not giving a fuck about anything. We went out to LA, yada yada yada. We had a little.
We went with We Are the Mighty.
We Are the
It was
Mighty, yeah.
right when they were starting up.
And there was a little event that we got to go to.
A gala,
A
Ross.
gala.
It was a
gala. And I needed a
gala.
I needed
love a gala.
date. So I was like, all right, man. And I had a lot of people on social media back there hitting me up. So I was like, message this chick down in San Diego. And I was like, hey, what up, girl? I got a fucking ticket to this thing. Come hang out, blah, 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 blah. She comes up. And at first, like the first 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, dude, this chick's actually pretty cool. She's mellow.
Tatted up.
Yeah, it was cool. And then it took a drastic turn, like very quickly.
It was ugly, Ross. Like I was. There was a point in time where I was maliciously attacking her.
She literally looked at and I swear to God on my life, I'm not lying about what this bitch says. She looks at Jared and I, and there was another veteran there from the We Are the Mighty. That was
I don't.
he's
remember.
awesome.
I think it was Weston.
yeah, I think Weston was his name, but that was essentially the time where we realized like she was like hardcore feminist.
I hate feminists.
And
No,
you
but
know-
not even like the cool, like, okay, like, I get it, but like shitty. It's
Oh,
like,
dude, it was-
oh, you're looking at me because you think I'm a woman? You're like, what? I was
She's
checking
always
your
sharing
tits.
like those change.org photos on Facebook,
Oh,
you know?
yeah, dude. And that's when I started, I started on this tirade about how women shouldn't drive.
Well, he was
Just
he
to
was
piss him
fucking
off,
yeah,
just to piss
yeah.
her off. And I was just quoting, I was making up figures and facts and stuff. And it was just driving her nuts.
But
And
she
that's
went,
when-
she went into the whole thing about the violence of like how violence shouldn't exist. And I'm like, okay, so if you're getting raped and the only chance of living is you having a physical act or defending yourself, would you do it? And she's like, of course. And I'm like, well, that's violence. Like, it's applicable in certain situations. And then she started talking mad shit to JT, and I just, you know what, go fuck off, go back to your goddamn hotel
Well,
room.
it was great because he stood up and commanded her back to the room. He just said, "You're done. Go to the room." And she got up and went to the room. We partied for another hour.
I got drunk, and then I was sitting there like, I have my other hotel room, and I was like, knock at the door, naked, and I was like, I fucked her.
He did it. He did it, Ross.
did it.
But I made sure it was like, like one of the ones where if it's a feminist, it's
You
like
make her sign a document.
yeah, even if
that
you're
it was
lesbian,
consensual.
you still masturbate with a dick. Let's be real here, okay? So
Yeah. No.
It's not gay if it's your own dick. Right?
no.
It
I'm saying,
never
like,
is.
It's like
It never
the
is.
lesbian, like we don't need penis in our life yet. They're double dildoing each other, and I'm
Sorry.
like, well, I mean, you're kind of taking this out. She
No,
was she was fun. She was fun in the end.
Ross, my favorite quote from her was she was telling us all that she's a writer and she had all these scripts, and Matt said, just being nice, like, oh man, I'd love to take a look at some someday. And she goes, you're not even on that level to read my stuff.
Yeah, she legit said that to me.
Wow.
Of
What level
importance.
is it?
Like,
what
well,
threat
she was
level
talking
midnight
about
is it?
Importance. You are not important.
Well, yeah,
enough
because
to
that's what
read
you
me.
do, like on a date and stuff. I'm like, oh, no worries. Like, yeah, we do like a lot of social media stuff, and we like to look at it. And she's like, you're not on that level. And I was like, okay, all right.
Wow.
Sweetest piece of revenge.
What
2
a-
years later, we make our own movie.
Yeah,
Fuck
even
you.
to be
Wow.
polite.
No-namer.
I mean, just making small talk with somebody on a first date where you're like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, I play the triangle. Oh, I'd love to hear you play sometime. I don't want to hear somebody. I don't want to hear somebody play the fucking triangle.
Wow,
But you're
she said
being
that, really?
polite. You're
Legit,
being polite.
that's not
you're
a lie
saying,
at
hey.
all. That's 100% accurate.
She said you're not on the same level as her?
she was the worst person I've
She
ever
was
met in my life.
Wow.
It was an ugly human.
Ugly
not
8 hours.
on the
yeah.
same level.
Ross, drop some bombs on us. What do you got?
I'm gonna literally drop a bomb on you. I'm gonna go back to the early days in LA, and as you know,
I like that.
This is when Pauly Shore was popular.
Yeah. No,
Can you do
I'm
Pauly Shore?
gonna go early 2000s. As you know, LA's got a huge cocaine epidemic. For those of you that enjoy cocaine, good for you. I wish I could. I got too much energy. I talk too fast, anyways. Cocaine's not my. It's not my Rick James for me.
You know,
It's
and
not
I
a hell
don't
of a
like
drug.
felonies. I'm not really a fan of felonies, so I don't go down that road.
Look. Certain felonies are fine. Coke is one of those ones where you're just like, shit.
I own
it
too
was
many
a bag
guns
of
for
Coke.
felonies, bro.
Yeah. So I meet a young lady. I impress her at the bar. She gives me her Motorola pager number, and no, I'm kidding. It was a sidekick. So she gave me her numbers.
She was wearing the pager on the bill of her hat.
Yeah. And she said, text me, put a 911 on the end of it. I know it's important. I'll hit you back at a gas station. You can pick up, from a payphone. No, so I hit her up on my sidekick, and I was like, hey, I would love to squire you out for the evening in the city of Los Angeles, which at that time was El Compadre on Sunset was a big go-to. You guys have
Which
been there.
we lived there during Range 15 filming. I ate there almost every single night.
Live it, love it. The food is good.
Quesadillas,
The
bro.
drinks are strong as fuck, and it's a genuinely good time, like a good time in LA that can still
I
be
can get
had.
cheeseburger quesadillas there.
Yeah. So I pick her up. I'm like, hey, how are you? She's like, oh, good to see you. You look so much better than you do in movies. And I was like, stop. I know. And
Stop.
she was like, do you like? She's like, do you like cocaine? She was like, are we partying tonight? Are we fucking partying tonight? And I was like, I don't really dabble in the white lady, but if you want to partake, I'm totally down. have fun. So she's like, great. So I'll be right back. She goes into the bathroom for, it's about 10 minutes. And
That's
I'm like,
a long line of cocaine.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, she's doing a shit ton of cocaine. She comes out of the bathroom. A white wave of stink just slaps me in the face. She had obviously done a couple rails and then just shit up the whole entire bathroom. The stink was so bad.
Like cocaine
in her
is almost like
apartment.
drinking a Monster. It just makes you shit immediately.
It would make sense, right? Because it
Yeah.
doesn't. It
Yeah.
spikes your.
And
Likes or something.
it was cut. They cut that shit with baby laxatives. She was shitting. She was shitting like a 4-year-old eating an El Monte burrito.
Oh my god.
And then, because the door was cracked, as if she was trying to air it out. Like maybe, and she had a roommate or something. Like she maybe felt embarrassed in front of a roommate. And it hit me, and I was like, oh my god, I got to get the fuck out of here.
You taste it, dude, just straight in the mouth. Like
That's a deal
I was
breaker,
wearing
Ross?
it.
Like if a girl takes a mean dump.
I was wearing it. It was inside my flannel. I was wearing her cocaine shit at this point. So not
cocaine
only are
shit,
we
I like
having
that.
a date, but I'm wearing her cocaine shit. So I say to her, I'm trying to get out of this. I'm like, hey, by the way, so I just came in. The sun went down. It's kind of chilly. You might want to grab a sweater. And she's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll grab a jean jacket. Just stay right here. She goes upstairs to grab the jean jacket. I go right out the fucking front door and drive off. I don't even get to the date. I leave her there and that whole house full of Coke shit up in flames. That's it.
That's ballsy.
The date
Did you
didn't
pay the
even
bill or
go
did you
anywhere.
straight
Whatever.
down?
No, he was
what
in
did
the
I
house.
fucking care?
Oh,
And
he's in the house.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. So I've got this again. I've got the sidekick. She's blowing up the sidekick. There's no way to block that shit back then. 27 text messages I got from the Coke shitter. I don't even to this day. I don't even know her name. There's not even like a Facebook profile I could
Do
go
you have
through.
the old sidekick? Could we try and get a hold of her, like for a call in?
Oh
so
my
cool.
god! Could you imagine if we called her and just said,
And
"Hey,
we called her the Coke shitter.
the Coke shitter"? So to this day, it was like the Coke shitter, but not only that. The first 10 minutes of the drive home, I could still smell it in my clothes. So I rolled down the windows and just tried to air the fucker out. I mean, that Coke shit smell was inside my Tahoe for a
That's
long
before they
time.
invented poopery. Everybody's poopery now.
God.
It was a 2 Febreze night for me. I had to Febreze down, and I literally went home. I was like, fuck it. I could not even sit through a meal because then I was like, well, shit, we're about to go to a Mexican restaurant. How much worse is this going to get throughout the night?
Yeah, I can't go into round 2. Like I got TKO'd in round 1 with a cocaine.
So
shit.
what was your backup plan after that? You were free for the rest of the night. Did you have a go-to?
Yeah. There was a wing there was a wing spot that we used to go to. And frequent, and there was always like it was a collegey type atmosphere. I think it was like 23 or 24. So we went there, got fucked up, and I'm sure I went home with an Asian or something. So
I'm sure Kurt is banged some kangaroos in his day, but I kind of want to know what Vincent has done in his life.
Okay. Well, mine's going to go back to the early days, earlier than my cocaine partying days in Los Angeles.
You had those days?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No,
Ross's.
Yes, I'm going back to high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
oh, back to 68.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
The summer of
Back when you were
68.
fingering chicks in a parking lot.
Yes, in the movie theater. Only one.
And you don't wash your hands for like a week.
I was like, yo, bro, smell this.
Smell my fingers, bro. I got it. That pussy.
Ew.
Yeah. What? You wouldn't do that? You wouldn't Hillary Duff? You wouldn't.
You wouldn't make me smell Hillary
You
Duff?
wouldn't share the Duff with anyone.
If it was
Share-
Duff, maybe yeah.
Share
Alright.
the duff, bro. Share the duff.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So I asked this girl out to, I guess it was our homecoming or prom. I don't know what it was, but it was a gala event where we had to dress up and I had to schmooze her and take her out to dinner and all that. And
Love
then she-
galas. We love galas
Yeah.
on this show. We love
Yes,
them.
we do. So
Drinkin' Bro Gala 2016.
Boom.
So she texted me the night before, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well." And I thought she was just trying to cancel on me. So I was like, well, fuck you. You're still coming out. So I really put a lot of pressure on her. I was like, oh, I got you this. And then she was like, okay, I'll go out. Sure enough, I take her to this Italian restaurant. And midway
Garden?
through the meal, yeah, no.
It was
It
Olive
was like
Garden.
this-
It was a real
You
nice.
made her
cheese
feel like
place
family.
called-
You made her feel
No,
like
it's a place
family.
called
The whole
Dominic's.
waitstaff did.
Dominique's.
This place called Dominic's. No, so I take her, and then I guess halfway through the meal, she says, I'm not feeling well. And then I was like, oh, it's okay. We'll get to some water. Within 30 seconds, she throws up on the table.
Oh my god.
Throws up on the table.
Oh, had she already had like Alfredo sauce?
No. She had
Bread sauce?
No,
Bread sauce?
it was she had water and a few breadsticks, but she threw up on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an in. If you're nice to her after that, like you're in.
No, I got up and I was like,
Jared finds these weaknesses, these disgusting weaknesses.
We call him the exploiter, the cocaine shit exploiter.
Oh, you're a
Throws
wiggler. You wiggle in on these weaknesses, Jared. These weird
What happened after
weaknesses.
she threw up? She threw up everywhere, and then
no, she threw up. And then I was like, "Oh God, that's gross." I was a kid. I just called her gross, and she started crying. Her parents had to come pick her up because, her parents dropped us off, and so
Right,
it was super romantic. But I never talked to her again. Like after that, I had the biggest crush on her. Yeah, I had the biggest crush on her, and she threw up and she left. And I was heartbroken, because I was like, oh, well, I really had a crush on her,
baby, come back. You can throw it up
Yeah,
on me.
yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I don't know. In retrospect, I should have been a little bit nicer to her, but dude,
You were a kid. It's all right.
She fucked up my date,
Now you got her because it's like.
No, but it was horrible. It was a horrible experience, and
I'm sure she still tells that story though.
Nope,
I
she's
don't know.
dead.
Dude,
You know what,
Ross-
Vincent? She's dead. She's got anorexia. She doesn't eat anymore. She doesn't go out to
asphyxiated on her
dinners.
own vomit.
I
Yeah,
want
she
to,
doesn't
and
eat
mark
anymore.
my words now, I want to someday have Butch on this show to tell the story about his hot date with the girl that he had a crush on for years, and he accidentally shit himself.
Oh, Butch Rogers. I love that motherfucker more than life itself. I wanna have Butch
character.
Rogers on.
Yeah, we will. We have to.
Yes.
Like, because that story, I mean, I'm in tears when he tells that story about how everything went down. Like,
We've paved the way for a very long podcast. I like that.
We have.
People-
And
people
on
have
that
spoken.
on that note, we need to get to the drinking bro of the week.
That we do.
And the
are
drinking
we
bro
doing
of the
one?
week.
Are we doing a drinking bro of the week? Or are we doing a take a knee of the week?
And we got to do a take a knee when Derek's on.
Okay.
That is
And
true.
so our drinking bro of the week is Kurt. He flew all the way over from Australia.
From Australia.
He's from the Royal Air Force. He hasn't said a lot and he's gotten made fun of a lot tonight, but we love you, and that's what we do on the Drinking Bros podcast. So you
Well, I
are a
appreciate
drinking
it.
bro of the week. Thank you for joining us this
Hell
week.
yeah,
you're
Kurt.
right,
Vincent
Mike. Very
Marcus,
good.
thank you for joining us this
No,
week.
we're-
Oh,
yeah,
of
we're,
course.
we're gonna give
greatly
this.
appreciate it. And hey,
We're gonna
what is
give-
your Vine handle?
Vine.co/Vincent Marcus. It's just Vine. Just search Vine Vincent Marcus. You'll find me.
He gets his own Vine channel next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
For Fight Night with Conor McGregor
Yes.
and Jose Aldo.
Yes, I'm going to Las Vegas. I actually fly out tomorrow. Get back on Saturday.
Awesome.
And Vine is hooking me up with my own channel. I'm share it with this other dude. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of exposure, a lot of fun, and there's going to be. It's Vegas. It's Vegas. Maybe someone will
It's
throw
fucking
up on me.
Vegas.
Well,
There's nothing else you have to say. It's fucking Vegas. Well, hey, we're all proud of you and your success, Vincent.
Thanks, man.
Seriously, you're a funny fucking dude, and we loved having you on the program. For
Thanks.
Matt Best, Jared Taylor, and Ross Patterson, join us next week. Thank you, Drinking Bros.
We all love you. We'll bring back Big Chin Rockus back next week, so we got it.
Next week,
We
he's
love you
back.
guys, man.
The brown Buzz Lightyear.
And Key Rock Music.